What's going on, everybody out there? This is Popular Stranger, and we are back at you again today with another Madden 23 Ultimate Team video. In today's video, we're going to be going over the best 93 overall All Madden Part 2 cards for you to add to your MUT squad and the cheapest ways to get them. Now, if you guys enjoy this video, if you like it, if it helps you out, make sure to go ahead and click that thumbs up button. Shows a lot of support on the channel, helps the videos get noticed. Also, if you're brand new here, you were searching on YouTube for MUT 23 content, whether it's how to make coins, how to get free players, how to build your ultimate team, you found the right channel for everything. Stay a while, click that subscribe button, turn that notification bell on as well so you guys are alerted when we drop additional videos. Let's get right on into it. So I wasn't gonna make this video, and the main reason I wasn't gonna do it is because these cards were very expensive, and I know very unattainable to a lot of you. A lot of you don't have enough coins to buy them, so you might not even want to bother watching this video. But a lot of you on the Twitch channel last night and this morning requested that I make this video, and also it's good news to say that these cards are starting to come down in price, and I'll tell you why I think they might even get cheaper. So right now we have all of the cards, all of the 93s, pulled up on MUT.gg. Great website, bookmark it, use it. It's your encyclopedia for MUT content, aside from watching my YouTube videos, of course. But as you can see here, aside from Devin Hester, and he's pretty close to 700k, all of these cards are under 700k. They started at 810, 850, around there yesterday, and then they kind of dropped down to the high 700s, low 700s, and now we're under 700k. So we're going to talk about building them versus buying them and seeing if you can maybe even save some additional coins there. But another reason why I think these cards will continue to go down in price is because we just saw a +1 in the overalls, meaning that the highest cards in the game, excluding John Elway's 96 overall, were 92s. And with the All Madden Part 2 promo, we got now a bunch of 93s, but we still get weekly content. And starting this Saturday, so tomorrow, we're going to get 3 legends. Those legends are going to be 93 overalls. And then on Monday, we're going to get a new drop of AKA content. Those cards should be 93 overalls. And then on Tuesday, we're going to get Team of the Week. Team of the Week cards, the higher overalls, and remember, we get 6 of them now per week, should be 93 overalls. And then we got the Harvest promo, the big promo for the month of November. So we're about to see a big influx of 93 overalls, meaning that these cards won't be the only kids on the block, if you will. They're going to be competition at these same positions. And the really good thing about these cards is they have amazing cheap and discounted abilities. So though we're going to get a bunch of new cards with same overalls, probably similar attributes, these cards won't be phased out because you can do a lot of team building around the cheap and discounted abilities on these cards. So I think this video will still be relevant, and I do think that these cards will eventually drop down to under 600k, maybe even around like low 500s if the other cards that start to come out over the next couple weeks are actually good. So we're gonna do a bunch of comparisons, and we're gonna tell you the top 5 out of all of the cards, but we're really gonna go through each and every one and compare some and talk about pros and cons and abilities and all that. But number one, let's talk about building out these cards. So I did a little bit of math for you. Obviously, you can just go right on the auction house and buy the card outright. And if you can find them for like 650k and under, it's just not a bad idea to go ahead and buy it. But you can also build these cards, and there's a couple different ways to do it. So there is 2 different sets, technically 3, but 2 sets to build the 93 specifically. The first one for any one of the 93s is it's going to require 789 overalls. If you look at the auction house, and these are going to be All Madden Part 1 89 overalls, if you look at the auction house, these are going for roughly about 97k. Even if you could snipe them for like 95, 94k, it's still not going to be good math here. It's going to be, result's going to be you overpaying for it, because if you buy 7 of these 89s at 97k, that's going to total 679,000 coins to build one from building 89s to the 93. And I think the other route is going to be a lot cheaper. So, don't do these sets unless you get some crazy snipes, or you happen to have a couple 89s in your possession already that you're willing to dump into these sets. By all means, go for it there. And I do want to note, because I've been getting this question a lot, if you do either the 93 set that requires 89s or the 93 set that requires 88s, you don't get anything back BND in return, or anything in return as BND, I should say. I've been getting that question a ton. All you have to do is read the set description. It'll tell you if you're getting anything back. As you can see here, exchange 12 88 overall All Madden players to earn a 93. So this is going to be the cheaper route to do it, because these 88s right now on average, and this is pretty frequently, are at 55K. So if you get 12 of these at 55K, we did the math on that one, that's going to be 660K. So it's already cheaper right now to do this set versus the 89s. Now, when we showed you the average prices on a bunch of these cards, I mean, they're right around there. You know, Aaron Donald, Mike Haynes, Devin Hester, Barry Sanders, all above 660K. And the beauty is that you can do any one of the sets you want. So you're kind of stuck paying the higher prices if you want some of the considered better cards, buying them outright, versus if you do the sets here, you can build whichever one you want. And if you can get these cards at 55K each, you can build Aaron Donald, Mike Haynes, the more expensive outright ones, for that same 660K price tag. So now that we know which set is best to do to get these cards for the cheapest, let's talk about how you get the pieces into the set for the cheapest way possible. So right now we're on the auction house. We have program filter by all Madden, quality 89, and it's pretty simple from here. You're just going to simply go over to type and you're going to go through the positions. So quarterback here, and look, we found a Steve Young already at under 55K. So if you wanted to get it for 660K in total, buying under 55K is definitely going to be the move. Now, if you really want to like penny pinch and basically try to work on a extreme budget, you can shoot for these cards, say maybe 52K. If you do it 52K each, I did the math on that one, it's 624,000 to build one out, but it's going to take more time trying to snipe them. And if you can get real lucky, right, and find these cards at 50K each, that's going to total 600K. And at that point, I mean, you're getting, you know, some of the best cards, if not the best cards in the game for extremely cheap. So as you can see here, I'm just kind of going through each position that has a card within this promo, and it's kind of up to you to memorize them. I think at this point, I have most of them memorized, but I would say anytime you see one of these cards, if you're in the market for them under 55K, go ahead and buy them. And then once you get 12 of them, you can put those cards into a set, and whatever card you want, you can build out. So one more time, the more expensive cards you can still get for whatever price you're setting it on. So now let's talk about the best all Madden cards that you should be picking up. And like I said earlier, we're going to talk about all of them. We're going to do some comparing. Let's start with the two wide receivers. So you have Cooper Kupp here, again, both 93 overalls. He's going to be 6'2", 91 speed, 92 deep route running, 93 mid, 91 short, with 92 catch and 94 catch in traffic. Very good card, great route runner, pretty good height at 6'2". And then you have Devin Hester, who's obviously going to be faster, and that's what he's known for. Only 5'11", with 93 speed, 94 deep route running, 90 mid, 92 short. I should add that normally when they give him cards in the game, they don't have great route running. This is pretty good route running for a Devin Hester card. He also gives you 91 catch and 89 catch in traffic. At the end of the day, to me, the Devin Hester card is going to be the better card because he's faster and he gives you good route running and he's going to be able to stretch the field. But Cooper Kupp, who is 91 speed, it's not like he's a turtle or anything. That's still pretty fast. He's much taller at 6'2", and he gets better abilities. So I want to talk about the abilities really quick because these are very important with these cards. Devin Hester gets Return Man for 0 AP. That's just so situational that it's not like, you know, it's not going to affect the gameplay all the time. He gets Evasive and Deep Out Elite, which are pretty good for 1 AP. I think he's a little bit of a shorter receiver, so Deep Out Elite isn't really going to be as beneficial for him. But Outside Apprentice for 1 AP is pretty good. But like I said, Cooper Kupp gets Slot-O-Matic for 2 AP, very good ability. But more importantly, Short and Elite for 0 AP. That's one of the best abilities in the game for wide receivers, and it's going to cost you no AP to equip that. It's almost like a built-in route tech for 0 AP, and then he also gets Slot Apprentice, which when lined up in the slot is going to give you 4 additional hot routes. So I think one more time that Devin Hester is probably the better overall card just because of the speed, but Cooper Kupp's taller, a little bit slower, but much better ability. So it's kind of up to you on the decisions that you make, but I would probably say for the offense that I run, I would take Cooper Kupp. Next, we're going to compare the two pass rushers from this program drop, and the first one is going to be Aaron Donald, 93 overall right end, 88 speed, 92 finesse move, 93 power move, 93 block shed. He also gives you 92 strength and 87 tackle. And even though they are not the same position, I would compare Micah Parsons to Aaron Donald in the fact that they are going to be pass rushers, but Micah Parsons obviously a lot more versatile. So he's going to be 6'3" with 92 92 speed, 93 finesse move, 92 block shed, only 83 power move, 84 strength. That's just not his forte, right? He's a speed rusher, and he's also going to be a good lurker. So when it comes to these two cards, I would say Micah Parsons is probably the better card, but the Aaron Donald card is more well-rounded, meaning that he's going to be able to get you the block shed, the power move, and the finesse move all in the 90s. Of course, he is a little bit slower, but I think when it comes to strictly pass rushing, he also gives you better abilities. So let's talk about those. With Aaron Donald, he's going to give you double or nothing for 1 AP. A lot of the pros are using this right now, and a lot of pros are combining it with edge threat. I think in this situation, you cannot do it with both discounts. If you can, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments section, but double or nothing with edge threat is really, really glitchy, but double or nothing for 1 AP is very good. And edge threat for only 2 AP, I think he's the first player to get that at a discounted rate this year. So really good abilities, obviously really good attributes. It's Aaron Donald, and you can typically move him in the inside of your defensive line at defensive tackle. Now when it comes to Micah Parsons, he's the first player in the game to get edge threat elite, which is obviously a better version of edge threat. He also gets flat zone KO, so like we said, he's a little more versatile. He can rush the passer, he's really fast, but he can play pass coverage. So flat zone KO for 1 AP, lurker for 1 AP are also good ideas. At the end of the day, it's again really going to be based on your play style. If you need a versatile outside linebacker who's going to be able to rush and also drop back in coverage, go with the Micah Parsons. If you're looking for somebody that's going to rush the passer and stop the run, go with Aaron Donald. It's quite simple. This Mike Haynes card is really good, and he's number 1 on my list when I go out to start and buy some of these cards to pick up, mainly because I just want more help defending the pass, and he's 6'2" with 92 speed, 93 press, 93 zone, 93 man. He's tall, he's fast, he can cover, he can press, he can pretty much do it all. The only concerning thing is going to be play rec at 89, but I'm not overly concerned about that. And for a defensive back, specifically if you run a lot of zone, he gets really good abilities. Not to say that you can't play man coverage with him, but he doesn't get any of the man coverage abilities for a discounted rate. Pick artist is almost a must-have this point on some of your defensive backs, so he gets that for 1 AP. And again, if you like to play zone coverage, deep out zone for 1 AP is also good on this card. Now, when it comes to Barry Sanders, I think a lot of you are going to disagree with me on this one, but I don't think he's worth the coin. He will be in my top 5 at the end of the video, but at the end of the day, maybe I'm a little bit biased because I don't run the ball as much as some of you might, but I still think for the coin value, there's a lot of other cheaper options at running back. We've had so many of them come out over the last couple days, over the last couple weeks. So with this Barry Sanders card, attributes, you know he's going to be fast, right? 93 speed, 94 break tackle, 95 change of direction. The catching is really low at 70. I don't think it's alarming that it's that low, but it is low, so you got to keep that in mind. And 83 trucking. He does give you 94 juke move, 91 spin move. And if we take a look at the abilities, I mean, he basically gets evasive for free. That is a game changer. If you want to put him on some additional hot routes, running back apprentice for 1 AP is good. Short and elite for 1 AP is good. And human joystick for 1 AP. I've heard it's really, really good on old gen, not so much on new gen, so that I don't have a ton of experience with. But the reason I say that it's not worth it is because if you take a look at him, and again, say you got to pay $660K for him, he's giving you 93 speed. That's the main draw for running backs. Who's the fastest, right? Height doesn't really matter most of the time, but take a look. We got Maurice Jones-Drew, we got Shady, and we got Emmitt Smith, all with 92 speed. Now, Shady's going to be a better receiving back, and he's 466K, so you can save yourself basically 200,000 coins there. He gives you 92 break tackle, 92 speed. His catching is at 82. He gets backfield master for 2 AP. Emmitt Smith is definitely going to be more well-rounded, also 92 speed. He gives you the break tackle at 92, the trucking at 91, and I'm pretty sure his spin and his juke move are also in the 90s or high 80s. So as much as it pains me to say it, yes, this Barry Sanders card is good. Yes, he's the fastest running back in the game, but I would definitely go with LaShawn McCoy or Emmitt Smith for a lot cheaper and pretty similar abilities. Let's talk about Steve Young. I'm a little conflicted in giving advice on this card because I haven't personally used this card with abilities, but if you played the solo challenges that came along with this drop of content, you've probably noticed that he throws the ball 1,000,000 feet in the air. And of course, you can put set feet lead or gunslinger on it, and that's probably going to help it out a little bit, but that enough kind of scares me, and I wouldn't really want to drop 660,000 or more coins on a quarterback that might not produce the way you want them to. And another reason that I bring it up, well, let's talk about the attributes here. So 89 speed, 93 throw power is really, really good. 95 throw under pressure, 93 throw on the run, short throw 91, mid 94, and deep throw accuracy being 90 is also a little bit concerning. He's going to be better with the short and the intermediate routes. But when we talk about quarterbacks, I mean, number one, a lot of you are approaching or probably already got free Josh Allen, which might not be a better card, but at the end of the day, which is better for this, right? Free or 660K? So I think they're kind of similar in abilities, and to save yourself 600,000 coins, I'm going to go with the free option in Josh Allen. Also, you have some really good quarterbacks that are taking a nosedive in price because of Steve Young, and Steve Young's a lefty. I know a lot of people don't really like doing that. It doesn't bother me as much, but left-handed quarterbacks can cause some trouble and just kind of like, you're not used to it, so it throws your timing, your rhythm, your offense off. I mean, Steve McNair, when we talk about that card, 391,000 coins right now. He's dropped down about 200K since Steve Young came out. Lamar Jackson has a redux. That card's pretty good. I've heard some solid things about Derek Carr. He's sitting there at 450K. So there's a lot of other options out there at quarterback that are not only cheaper, but free. And like I said one more time, Steve Young, that throwing motion scares me a bit. Jonathan Ogden, left tackle, very good card. 94 strength, 93 awareness, 94 pass block, 94 run block. But at the end of the day, if you are not a pro player or somebody who has millions of coins, it's just not worth that much to spend that much on an offensive tackle right now. He does get good abilities. Edge protector is going to help you against edge threat. He gets that for 1 AP, nasty streak and identifier for 1 AP as well, and secure protector for 2 AP. Now, when it comes to Derek Brooks, if you happen to want this card, you do want to buy this one off of the auction house, because on average, he's around 550, 560K, so it would cost you more to build out the set versus buying him outright. And you're going to want to check that on every player just in case the market changes at the time that you watch this video versus when I recorded it. But this card I like for one single reason, and we'll show you his abilities in a moment, but he gets Lurker for basically free. So he's a pass coverage linebacker, 90 speed, 81 finesse move, 88 block shed. He will help out against the run with that 88 block shed, but the draw here on this card is that he gives you 90 man coverage and 90 zone. So if you play a lot of pass coverage schemes, but you need a linebacker out there, and you can move him to middle linebacker and user him, this is a really good card. And the fact that he's one of the cheaper cards only leads me to believe that he's going to continue to get cheaper as the promo goes on. And if we take a look here, Acrobat for 2 AP is pretty good if you're going to be using him, but Lurker for free for 0 AP is great. He also can get mid-zone KO and Pick Artist for 1 AP. So I think this is an actually underrated card. Not going to be in my top 5, but he's flying under the radar if you use him in those specific situations. Now, I promise you, I mean zero disrespect when I say this when it comes to Brian Urlacher. Phenomenal player IRL, but when it comes to this MUT card, no, it's just not worth the price unless you need him for a Bears theme team. 89 speed, 88 zone, 94 hit power, 93 block shed, 91 tackle. I don't want to come off as if this card was bad, but I just think there's better players and better options to spend your coins on right now than dropping 500,000 plus coins on this card. If you happen to want it and happen to go out and get it, make sure you buy this one outright as well, because he's a lot cheaper than building the set. And when it comes to his abilities, he is going to get you Lurker for 1 AP, mid-zone KO for 1 AP, Crusher and goal line stuff I don't really have much experience with, but I don't think they're worth your AP there, and I just don't think this card is right now worth the coins that it costs. So that kind of wraps it up, or I shouldn't say kind of, it does. My top 5 here in no order are going to be Aaron Donald, Micah Parsons, Mike Haynes, Barry Sanders, and then I'll let you pick 5A and 5B. We would put it between Devin Hester and Cooper Kupp, again, depending on your play style. But that's it. Let me know if you picked any of these cards up. If you did, let me know how they're playing on the field as well. Any recommendations for the community, leave it down below in the comment section. My name is Popular Stranger. I'm out. Peace.